Hi, welcome back, everybody. Welcome everybody to Q&A with Tyranee. Yes, it is pronounced tyranny, not tyrane or whatever you think it is. It's like tyranny, you know, with a Y at the end, except instead of a Y, it's a cool EE. So that's one question answered. Now, for the second question, am I having a contest for this Q&A vid? As a matter of fact, I am. And first of all, I have a cup of British here. I have a cup of British here to help me explain the rules, because she's going to interview me this episode. So, say the rules. Oh my god.
No more comments than 3, no moaning, spamming, or being a douchebag.
And the first person to get the 25th comment will either get a shout-out or get to co-commentate with me. Your choice. So, yeah. Once again, no more than 3 comments per account, no spamming, trolling, or douchebaggery. That's about it. And make sure your comments are meaningful, because if they're just mindless spam, I'm going to delete them. Yeah. Anyways, so, a cup of British, maybe we should move on to the interview section.
Yes, let's. So, are you ready for your many of questions? Sure
thing. Let's start with the FAQ, because God forbid this part of the interview is going to annoy me. Okay.
Okay, should I say it in a whiny voice? What do you use to record with? What emulator do you use? And, etc. I mean, how do you make those sidebars? Where do you get...
God, stop right there.
How do you...
If I had a nickel for every time I got a freaking emulator or sidebar question, I would go to somebody's house and shoot them in the face.
With a shotgun.
Yes, with the gun that I bought with the nickels that I got from people asking stuff. But, okay. First of all, my entire rig is in my channel description. If you'll just read that, you'll know what I use. And for the record, for those of you that are too lazy to look, I use Desmume for my Nintendo DS games. It's Desmume. I'll even put it in the description so people can stop asking me. I use PCSX2 for Kingdom Hearts 2. That's a PlayStation 2 emulator. It's PCSX2. And so I use any other emulators. I use Dolphin for Gale of Darkness, but that game lagged a lot, so I don't think you'll want to use Dolphin. That's a Wii emulator. As for the sidebars, I have a sidebar tutorial in my videos if you all will go look for it. Everybody that has watched it's been satisfied with it. They learned how to do sidebars. It's actually a very easy process, so go check out that video if you haven't yet. I'll even post the link in the description. Next FAQ.
Yay! Where do you get all of your games?
Where do I get all of my games? Yes. Well, they're all ROMs, first of all.
Well, yeah, but...
And that question was actually pertaining to people asking me where I get things in games. Like if I was playing Volt White and somebody's like, where do you get Piplup?
Yes, sorry.
Yes, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. The answer to that is basically, well, let's put it this way. Especially if it's an old video, I'm not going to remember how to do it, and I most of the time can't be arsed to look it up either. So, those of you asking where stuff is in games and I don't answer you, it's either because I can't be arsed to look it up or I don't freaking remember. So don't think I'm being rude, it's one of those two things.
Google is your best friend.
Yeah, exactly, that's my freaking catchphrase. I tell everybody, Google is your friend. And that also pertains to the next FAQ, which is, how do you patch ROMs, or how do you do all this stuff? How do you get the ROMs? Google is your friend. Go download the ROM, or look up on Google how to patch it. It's really not that hard of a process. Once again, I can't be arsed to explain it here. Yeah. Now,
right, so we're on
I'm sorry?
Questions now, because you just answered the last FAQ anyway.
Yes. Okay, question time, yeah.
Alright. Why do you put webcam in your videos?
Well, first of all, this was a very interesting question. Whoever asked it was pretty cool. I don't remember the name, otherwise I'll give you a shout-out. But at first, it was because I wanted to be unique, and I wanted to set myself apart from other Let's Players by doing something that they didn't. And I didn't see a lot of Let's Players that had webcam involved in their videos. But as time went on, I decided that I really wanted my subscribers to see my genuine reactions however many of them they may be. I haven't really paid attention in my videos to certain events, of course. And it really helps when I rage because it's hilarious to you people, I'm sure.
It is.
Banner, Quill Shark, everybody! Yeah, but generally that's why. And I only got the idea to add webcam in my sidebars actually right after I figured out how to make them. I was like, well, I incorporate webcam into my video already, I might as well put it in my sidebar somewhere. So Fire Red Omega was the first time I ever did that, and I've been doing it ever since. Yep.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, it is generally very unique, and I do like watching your reactions, especially in the Nuzlocke runs when you lose Pokemon. You're like, no!
Always the epic no that gets people, I swear. I'm just like, no! And my subscriber count goes up by 10.
Okay, moving on. What is your favourite region in Pokemon? And why?
Oh, regions. I have two. For Pokemon, just in Pokemon, in the category of Pokemon, I really like Gen 4. I think the Pokemon in Gen 4 are very cool looking, have some great moves, there's some good variety.
Yeah.
And also, Gen 4 gave a lot of Pokemon evolutions that I felt needed evolutions. And I have some of my favorite Pokemon in that generation. But my favorite generation overall is Johto, Generation 2. The storyline, the Pokemon, just everything about Johto is epic. And I'm so glad they made Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I had so much fun with that game. Or I'm having so much fun with that game. So yeah, Johto and Sinnoh. Awesome.
Yeah, I like Johto as well. How do you feel about Pokemon Black and White 2?
Oh, I get a lot of questions about this. People always want to know my thoughts about this game for some reason. I don't know. Honestly, I haven't really looked into it a whole lot. I'll probably end up playing it sometime later, especially if there's a hack that comes out for it. Yeah, Pokemon, what is that? Pokemon Blaze Black and White 2 or something? I don't know.
That'd be pretty epic, actually.
I know. I don't know what you would add, though, because this game, as far as I hear, is like basically black and white, except with the added black Kyurem, or was it Black Zekrom or something like that? It was like Black Zekrom.
Yeah, I mean, many people had their hypes up for it to continue the actual anime on the show, but it's not doing that. Just adding some stuff into it, I think.
To be honest, I haven't watched the anime since Gen 2.
Same.
It's like, basically I played until Gen 3. No. I played Diamond and Pearl, and then I took like a 2 or 3 year break, and I got back into it when Black and White came out, I think. Because, yeah, there was totally 2 or 3 years in between then. I think there was, actually. I never played Platinum. But...
Alright.
It's what?
It's alright. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I've seen Platinum played out, like, in some LPs, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's like, basically, Ruby graphics took a humongous jump.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't like the story of the, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, that's all.
Yeah, I guess I don't really remember much of the story either, but the Pokemon are cool.
You're not bothered about Black and White 2, then? I'll take that as an answer.
Yeah, no, I'm not really bothered about it, because I mean, they'll probably do something unique with it. I hope they do. But, I mean, they could also do something completely crappy with it. It could just be like Black and White, except a few added things. I would hate that. Even though that's essentially what every third game in every generation is.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I mean, I have to play it first before I see it, but I think it could either be like a moderate success or a humongous flop. To be honest, it's either one of those.
Okay. Keeping on to the Pokemon theme, what's your favourite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon? Now that's a loaded question because I have a lot of them that I really like, mostly from Gen 4, of course, even though my favorite Pokemon isn't actually from Gen 4. This is going to take a lot of you by surprise because nobody says this and nobody expects somebody to say this is their favorite Pokemon, but my favorite Pokemon is actually Piloswine. Why? Because the first time I saw it, I think I freaking had a heart attack from laughing so hard. I mean, look at that thing. It's literally a lump of hair just on the floor with the snout and some tusks. And somehow...
Cool looking.
somehow it can shoot ice at you. I don't even know, but I just imagine, like, if you ever, like, shot Blizzard at a Piloswine, his hair would go all up and he'd have, like, a big afro afterwards. Or, like, you know, Gust or something like that. I think it'd be hilarious, but Piloswine is pretty freaking hilarious. And, of course, some of my other choices would have been, like, Electivire, Magmortar, Magnezone's pretty cool. Magnezone has a really cool cry, by the way. I really like Magnezone's cry.
Definitely.
Definitely. And as for my favorite legendary... My favorite legendary is also hard to say, to be honest, but, after playing Dialga and Volt White, I really like Dialga, so I'm gonna go with that for favorite legendary. Him or Mewtwo. Either one.
Mewtwo's epic. You just can't beat Mewtwo.
That's true. I mean, you can't beat... Well, you can beat Gen 1 if you're Gen 2, but all the other gens can't beat Gen 1.
That's so true, yeah.
So true, yeah. By the way, I feel like I should mention, and this is kind of a last question thing, but I know a lot of people have mixed feelings for Gen 5, the roster and everything, because there's a garbage Pokemon and there's an ice cream.
Yeah.
But I thought Gen 5 added some much-needed type combinations, like Fighting Dark and a lot of good ghost types. So, I mean, I would have put Gen 5 in third for my favorite Pokemon generation, to be honest. I really like Gen 5, and of course the graphical upgrade and everything was fantastic. Storyline's pretty meh, but the rest of it's pretty good. I like Gen 5.
Yeah, I mean, Gen 3 is probably the worst one.
I hate Gen 3. It's so bland, boring. The roster's boring, the story's boring. I barely remember Team Aqua and Magma. It's just, it's really crap. And I wished Pokemon Snakewood would have been based on something outside of Gen 3. It could have been better.
I know. I mean, in Gen 3, how many, like, dog-like Pokemons were there? It's ridiculous.
I seriously. Didn't Gen 3 give us Bidoof?
yeah, something like that.
That pretty much... Wait, no, Gen 3 was Zigzagoon, wasn't it? Gen 4 was Bidoof.
Oh, yeah, the water normal type, yeah.
God, everybody hates Bidoof. I hate Bidoof, which is why I thought it was a Gen 3 at first, but then it's like Zigzagoon's pretty bland too, though, so I don't know.
Unless you're playing Snakewood, then it's epic.
Exactly, because you can get Dragoon, and Dragoon is epic.
Yeah.
Seriously, if some of the evolutions in Snakewood were in actual Pokemon games, I would buy the crap out of those things.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially Quillshark, and also Quillshark and Dragoon mainly.
Yeah, they're the best ones, definitely. Maybe make them an event Pokemon, that'd be pretty good. What was your first Pokemon game that you ever played?
Well, when I was 7, I got Gold version for Christmas, so maybe you can say that part of the reason why Gen 2 is my favorite was because it was my first game. But I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I got Gold version, and it was epic, and I played the crap out of that game so much that I think by the time I stopped playing it, I had maybe 5 slots in my Pokédex that weren't filled legitly. And those slots were like, I can't remember what they were. I think one of them, it was like Crobat, Porygon 2, and some other ones. I can't remember. I know Porygon 2 was in there, though. And I remember because I was young, I threw away my upgrade because I thought it was useless. So, yeah, that was my second worst mistake in Pokemon Gold, other than using a Master Ball and an Ursa Ring. Yeah.
Did you seriously?
I did. I was 8. I didn't know any better. Trust me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I seriously, I thought it was going to be a strong Pokemon, so I'm like, oh my god, a bear. I threw a Master Ball at it. And I never used it, ever.
Oh, that's just amazing. That's a good story.
It really is. It really is. The stupid things you do when you're young, huh?
I didn't even.
And I was actually very good at. I did link battling a lot. Whenever I came around people with other Game Boys, I would always trade and do linking stuff. Oh, you remember those old things you had to like put on the edge of your Game Boy Advance in order to do what?
Yeah.
I did that a lot, and that's how I filled up a lot of my Pokédex, actually. I think I went near, by the time I quit, I think I was near undefeated in battle. I remember my party was like, what was it? Snorlax, Feraligatr, Mewtwo, Dragonite. Can't believe I remember all this. What was the other one? Shoot, I'm lost to Dragonite. I had 2 more. I can't remember. Oh, Togetic and, God, what was the last one? I can't remember the last one, but I can't believe I remembered even 5 of those. I haven't had that game in ages.
Damn, that's a powerful Pokemon party.
It really is. No wonder I beat everybody. I was probably spamming a bunch of stuff.
Probably. Aw, I love being a kid. Wish you could just, like, rewind time and play Pokemon all over again.
Seriously. Oh, my last spot was Mew, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Mew. I think it changed a lot, but mainly it was Mew. I got it in a trade with somebody. And I did have a green Nidoqueen at one point, and I think I traded that for a Piloswine. No joke. I was like, yes, Piloswine, I want one. It's LOL.
Okay, so moving on. What's your favourite food to eat?
Oh man, I am a junk food fanatic. Everything healthy, I'm just like, blah, this doesn't taste good. Give me pizza and give me chocolate, because they are my
favorite. Like that.
Pizza and chocolate, my favorite foods, yep. Also, dairy products. I drink a lot of milk, I eat a lot of cheese, and bread and butter is good too. So yeah, generally that's that. And
your best soda to go with that?
This was a random question that somebody asked. Wow, I don't have a particular favorite type of soda, but I do have a particular favorite brand in Jones. I don't know if any of you have had Jones soda. It's like, it's from a Canadian company. It's kind of like, it's kind of gourmet and it's very good. Yeah, try the bubblegum. It's very nice. Yeah.
Bit of a sponsor in there.
No, there's no sponsorship there. I just felt like giving those guys a shout out because their soda's freaking yummy.
Okay. So, do you have any idea what your next Pokemon hack will be?
Well, first of all, I've already announced that Pokemon Perfect Platinum is going to be my next one. I'm doing a crap Pokemon run, which means, of course, that I'm only going to use Pokemon that absolutely suck. So, not to mention, I've never played real Platinum before, and I believe this is a Drino-like hack of Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah.
So,
it goes
that should be very interesting. So I'm basically running through this blind, using a crappy party.
Make it a Nuzlocke. Oh my god, please. It'd be so funny.
I am not making it a Nuzlocke. That would be a very short LP, trust me. Episode 2, I'm dead!
So, other than Platinum, anything else?
Yep. This one hasn't been announced yet, but it's weighing on my mind heavily because people keep asking me for it. After I finish Snakewood, I think my next Pokemon hack after that is going to be Blaze Black 3.0 because I keep getting asked for that. And Volt White was one of my most popular series. I mean, it was my first one. It got me started off, but it's also one of my most popular. So I think it would make sense to do a Blaze Black run. It's going to either be monotype or duo-type. I'm not sure. I still have to think about that. I mean, if you guys want, you can, vote in the comments or something like that. I mean, that could help. But, yeah, so probably Blaze Black.
No, that's epic.
I know. Really is. I mean, I want to do Blaze Black first, but I know that I got to put it off because I said Perfect Platinum first. And I know you all want to see me fail before I succeed.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Pokemon you're going to use for CPR.
Yeah, exactly. I already have, I think I have 5 out of 6 planned out. I had 6 at one point, but I completely forgot what they were.
Fair enough.
And failed to screenshot it on my phone, which is how I usually make my teams so I don't forget them.
Okay, so... moving on, what's your favourite sport?
I'm not really into sports, even though I had, I took martial arts for I took martial arts for 2 years, and then I couldn't afford it, so I had to quit. But I guess martial arts, and if it counts, I'm a big professional wrestling fan, so professional wrestling is probably my favorite if it counts. And if those of you that are wondering, because I know you're all going to ask who's my favorite professional wrestler, it's CM Punk, and he is freaking awesome. Yep.
Is professional wrestling actual, like, hitting people? Because some wrestling places they pretend to hit people.
Well, sometimes. It's like they hit them, but they don't. Sometimes they hit them, sometimes they miss, and when they hit them, they don't do it as hard as they should. But certain stunts are very, very dangerous nonetheless. There have people that have been people that have died in the ring because of certain stunts.
Oh my
like,
God.
There was a guy, for example, that was doing a stunt where he was coming in on his entrance on a zip line, and the zip line broke, and he fell off, hit the turnbuckle, and broke his neck and died. So, stuff like that does happen in pro wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving
And those of
on.
you that are familiar with pro wrestling probably know who that is. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, dear. What inspired you to start Let's Playing?
What inspired me to start Let's Playing? Well, the fact that, I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to give it a try, to be honest. I mean, I saw everybody doing it, and I'm like, I could get recording software and do this myself, and I could probably maybe make money off it, maybe gain some support. It could be a new project thing. That was my original mindset. And the LPers that I really like to watch beforehand that kind of inspired me to start LPing were there's a guy named 666, the Heartless 666. He's I think he's British. He's a British LPer. That does horror games, and he's very, very funny. He's very funny. Also, PokemonJourneyHD. He inspired me to do sidebars, actually, because the sidebars are freaking epic.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yes, so PokemonJourneyHD, I watched him for a while, but then he got, I don't know, I don't really watch him much anymore, because no offense if you're watching this, but I mean, I guess I got kind of bored with his LPs. But, he's probably not watching this, I can say whatever I want, ha ha ha. But, yeah.
See, now I'm gonna send him, I'm gonna, like, PM him, I'll go, wait, watch this, listen to what he said.
Oh, hell, if it gets me views, then why not? You know how it is sometimes. Big LPers give people attention, and then they get like a bazillion subscribers off of it.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, also Blametruth was my other person that that inspired me to LP, and he's if you haven't heard of Blametruth, you probably haven't watched very many Pokemon LPs, because he's one of those other hilarious LPers, but he's like hilarious in a vulgar way. Like he curses a lot, names his Pokemon after genitals, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, God. So good.
Yep.
So who is your favourite LPer then?
TOBUSCUS! Who doesn't like TOBUSCUS?
Everybody. So good.
Everybody likes TOBUSCUS. He doesn't know how to play any games that he does, like, at all, but you watch it because he's hilarious and he rants about nothing, and it'll keep you entertained for like hours.
Yeah.
Well, just watch the video rants about nothing, and they're just so funny.
Yeah, they're just amazing. Would you ever I don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna guess. Would you ever co-comm with me?
A very deep voiced British guy, apparently. Okay, first of all, I only co-commentary with people that I know, or people that win contests, like this 25 comment thing. So yeah, I mean, if I don't know you and you ask to co-commentary with me, unfortunately I can't do that because I don't know you. But if you ask me to check out your videos, I'll check it out, maybe leave some constructive feedback. But if I don't be offended. It's probably just because I didn't feel like it. Can't be arsed, like I said. That sounds kind of mean when you put it in that context, but yeah. Generally I might be too lazy or something one day, so just don't feel bad if I don't, comment or anything. If you give me a shout out, I'll definitely give you one back, though. I do shout out for shout out, but I don't do shout out for sub anymore because I don't really like my sub feed being cluttered with videos I probably won't watch. So yeah, generally that's that question.
Another one I don't know, so what is the weirdest comment you ever received in your videos?
I don't know, Mr. Asian guy.
I don't know.
Okay, dude, if you're watching this, first of all, if you're watching this, I apologize. You were probably just misinformed or something like that, and there's nothing against you, but the weirdest comment I received was a comment. I received a lot of weird comments, so this is, yeah. A comment on my sidebars tutorial. There's a guy that said his Photoshop didn't have a resize tool. I'm sorry, but as a graphic artist, that freaking irks me. I'm like, what Photoshop are you using? Because every single Photoshop has a resize tool. You must not even be using Photoshop.
Don't you just Control-T to resize?
You could. You can just click the move tool. Seriously, I mean, this guy, maybe this is his first time picking up Photoshop. I don't know, but I'm sorry, man, but that just, bugged me for like a day. I was like, how do you use Photoshop and not know that it has a resize tool?
Oh my God.
So you must not be able to do anything in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. I've got a lot of weird comments, though, believe me. So, next question.
Have you got any real-life role models? I'm making these up now. I don't know.
I know, it makes the thing more entertaining. Trust me, we're 32 minutes in. This needs to be entertaining.
Yeah.
But as for life role models, not really, to be honest. I mean, not anybody that really comes up, like, right off the top of my head. I'm more of somebody that just kind of focuses on making myself better. I mean, there's people that inspire me, granted, to do a better job that I can't name off my head, top of my head at the moment. But generally, I just focus on improving myself, really. I don't really have any role models that I can think of at the moment. That's a weird answer, but yeah.
No, fair enough. So, when did you, like, first start playing video games?
Excuse me. That was my answer. Just kidding.
Cough, cough.
When did I first coughing? When did I first start playing video games? When I was like, once again, when I was like 8. I swear that was when I was introduced to video games, because I got like an N64 and a Game Boy Color that year.
Oh, the best ones.
Exactly. The N64 was the first one I got, and the first game I ever played was pod racing on N64. I still remember that game. I beat every single race but one, and it was in like the second to last tier, I think. I beat every race but one, eventually. But, yeah. So it was like basically pod racing, pod racing, Pokemon Stadium, and Pokemon Snap were my first console games.
Yes, and I can't believe I never heard of Pokemon Snap until you told me about it the other day.
Seriously, how do you be a Pokemon fan and not know about Pokemon Snap? I don't understand. And an N64 fan. Come on.
I know.
I just assumed it was because she was British, but hey.
Okay, so here's a question from me right now. Why do you think Nintendo haven't remade the N64?
Well, what do you mean, the N64? Like they're just typical console with controller type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, why haven't they remade it, or any of their games with that particular console? Because it was obviously the best one that they've ever made.
Well, I mean, they remade game. Oh, you're saying it's only the best ones that they remade from N64?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like they're trying to do something new and innovative. That's what Nintendo does, and why they came out with the Wii, which has, you know, those controllers. And granted, they made a crap load of money off it because it was a new and innovative idea. You know, I mean, the Wii may not be your favorite console, but everybody still bought one.
Well, yeah, I traded in my Wii for a 3DS.
Oh, man, yeah. I want a 3DS, but I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. So
But, yeah, generally, my answer to that would be that the N64 typical console games don't make any money anymore, because it's been done. This is, like, new wave of the future. You gotta bring out new controller ideas, new game ideas. Yeah, I mean, there's still traditional things that work, like remaking Mario and Zelda games, as long as they're better. But, the console itself, it needs to be at a higher level, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. What is your favorite game series?
Well, I'm a big RPG player, obviously. Have you seen my LPs, guys? Seriously. But yeah, I'm a big RPG player, so my favorite series of all time, first of all, I'm going to say Pokemon. That's not my... I don't do a top 3, so this is just 3 games that I really, really, really like. 3 game series. First one's Pokemon, obviously. Wait, I play Pokemon? What? I didn't know. And the second one is the Elder Scrolls series. I played since Morrowind, and I've never been disappointed with one of those games. I played the crap out of Oblivion. Oh. Skyrim was better than Oblivion, but it's like I don't really have time to play it much anymore, but I still got a lot done on it. Morrowind I never finished, but Oblivion was actually what really, really, really got me to like the series. Because Morrowind just had a whole lot of annoying things in it, but Oblivion was great. So yeah, Elder Scrolls and also Mass Effect. 2 words for Mass Effect, character transfer. I don't see that in a lot of games, where you can transfer the character from the first game to the second game to the third game. I think that's freaking awesome. And I had to put this game on my 3 games I really, really like list, simply because of that, and because of the story and the graphics and everything. And you wonder why I'm doing an LP of it, because it's freaking amazing. Speaking of which, I want to take this time and promote my console LPs, because you guys need to freaking watch them.
My favourite one is Kingdom Hearts and Mass Effect. They are the best ones.
They're the only ones I'm doing right now.
I was just messing.
I know what you're doing. But, no, seriously, guys, I don't really want to be in a box. I don't really want to be in a box where all I can do is Pokemon games to get views, so I really want you guys to start watching my console LPs. I don't know, I mean, if you guys can comment even and tell me, like, what keeps you from watching my console LP episodes, that would be great. So, because, I mean, I just want to attract more viewers on it, because they don't garner many views, and it doesn't really help when you're putting in the effort to make these series. So, generally, yeah, that's that.
I mean, yeah, come on, guys. If you don't want to see him wandering around with, playing as some kid that holds a giant key sword, what is wrong with you?
Seriously. And, a super soldier killing a bunch of rogue robots. Yeah. Seriously.
It doesn't get better.
With a shotgun.
Oh, yes, definitely. Shotgun.
Shotgun.
If you could meet anyone in real life, who would it be?
I'm going to get really religious on everybody and say Jesus. Just because, I think it would be freaking awesome just to meet Jesus for a day, because the guy, like, he's probably one of those, like, really laid back, like hippie types, but he already knows what you're thinking. He's like, so, yeah, man, if you're gonna go through that situation, you gotta go do this, and, yeah, man, just, that's just your opinion, man. Okay, I don't want to be anti-religion or anything, but yeah, I think it would be freaking awesome. And that was the first thing I can think of when I was answering this question anyway, so whatever.
No, I think that was an epic answer.